Sean got a new yo-yo and noticed that the height of the yo-yo follows a sine or cosine curve. At the time equals 3 seconds, the yo-yo is at its lowest height of 40 centimeters above the ground. The string is 62 centimeters long and one cycle takes 2 seconds. Find an equation that will determine the height of the yo-yo is extended and the full length of the string perpendicular to the floor at its lowest point. So we're using a cosine curve for our graph and equation. And the time it begins at is 3 seconds. The lowest height that we will be beginning at, instead of 0, it's 40 centimeters above the ground. The string is 62 centimeters long and one. So to find the amplitude, we first need to get the highest point, which is the minimum, and with added 62 centimeters, which gives a total of 102 centimeters. And so then when you have the maximum, you subtract 102 centimeters with the minimum, which is 40 centimeters, which then you get 62, you divide it by 2, and you get 31 as your amplitude. Find the horizontal already given because we start at 3 seconds with the height being at its lowest, which is 40 centimeters. So our horizontal shift is 3. And for our angular frequency, which is b, it's already given as the cycle takes 2 seconds. So as our b, we put it into the equation period, 2 pi over 2, which is just pi. That will be our answer. And for k, we add the maximum with its minimum, 102 plus 40, which gives us 142 divided by 2 equals 71. Now that we have our a, h, b, and k values, we can now plug into our equation. 31 cosine pi for b, x, 3 for h, 71.
To find our question B, which is finding the first time the height of the yo-yo reaches 52 centimeters above the ground, we had to plug in to our graphing calculator our original equation. And for y2, we put 52 because we're trying to find the time that it reaches to that maximum. Find our made-up question C, which is find the first time the height of the yo-yo reaches 83 centimeters above the ground. We did the same thing as we did for B. We just plugged in our equation, and then for y2 we put in 83, and then we got 11.05 as our time.
Now we're looking for D. Find the height of the yo-yo after 14 seconds. So we're going back to our graph, and I pushed in the equation into the calculator, and we get the point here at 13 seconds, and our height is 101.3.